and you saw your grandpas working with this peyote medicine and the teepee way that's unique and that's different than it is today.
Well, at that time, it was limited. Women didn't go in. Only the women that brought in water. And when it first came about among my people around around here among the Kiowas, Apaches, and the Comanches, as the nucleus of this Native American church, because other tribes come here to learn about the Native American church.
But it came right here, like where the town of Apache I just drove through, and the town of Comanche is just right down the road over here, and the Kiowas, right? And that's where it came up through.
Yeah. Well, that's where this Lipan Apache came whenever he was taught by a spirit about the church, and they went through all phases of the way that it is now. And also the fact is that it was taught by a spirit. That's what my people, all Indian people before America was settled, and we did not know God. We did not know Jesus or Christianity, and we were taught by about using
What were you taught by?
Traditions. I'm getting to where I'm getting forgetful.
That's
now,
all right. We're all here to help out and get us there.
By traditions, and they got their power from spirits. And you cannot tell the difference between a spirit bear and a real bear. They both do the same. They both growl. They both dig, and the other animals too. My grandfather, he got his power to heal from a rattlesnake. But whenever he doctored a person, he would cough up a live black turtle. And that was with all the medicine men among were around here among us three tribes. They would call sometime a minnow, sometime a bird, and sometime reptiles.
And you'd consider him to be a medicine man?
Taught. He got his power from the spirits. That's where all the Indian people around here got their power from spirits, because they had no knowledge who God was or Jesus or Christianity. They lived by traditions.
I see. And you were telling me that power of that spirit in the medicine man would come through the medicine man to the person needing the healing.
Well, actually, like I say, it came, he had the power to heal, but that person had to have faith. If you didn't have faith, it's just like the way that it is with the Native Americans. You don't have faith. It's like my old late companion said, you don't have faith, only thing you'll get is a sore back.
Right.
But anyway,
and then you were saying that when you do it, you're the way that you're now, you're not a medicine man,
no,
right?
I am not a medicine man. I went up and fasted. And for the purpose of wanting to know how my people lived when they did not know God, Jesus, or Christianity. It's all about traditions. And the very first night I was up there, a spirit comes stood beside me, and he had a robe on, red hair and red beard. Then the robe had 1 inch stripes going down, all faded, talking to me. But when he's talking to me and standing beside me like a mirage on a hot day, how them heat waves, they have a movement where it shakes like, and that's where he was. Then at times, I would leave my body and my spirit would be up in the air about 12 feet or more, and I could listen to myself pray.
Wow.
And listen to the spirit talk to me.
So you were like watching yourself from 12 feet above yourself, listening to yourself pray.
Yeah. And anyway, I would come back down and get back into my body. And so after that was done, I stayed up and prayed. And whenever I had a staff, it had an eagle feather.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I put that feather down, a bunch of brown owls with heart-shaped faces would be all around me.
Brown owls with heart-shaped faces. Mm-hmm.
And anyway, when I picked that staff up and put it back up where the eagle feather flowed, way they would leave.
What do you think those owls represented? Were they spirits?
Well, really, truthfully, I don't know, but they all came. It could be spirits, but like I mentioned earlier, you cannot tell the difference between a spirit and the real thing.
Right.
Because like a bear, he can growl. A spirit bear can growl. He can dig and he can dig a place and cover it up again. But I don't know if like I say, if the owls were spirits or not. But
Could a spirit just come to the door and talk to us, and we wouldn't know whether it was a spirit or a human?
Well, like I say, a spirit. I've seen them. Like my grandmother and another one of my older sisters that passed away, but they can't. They can go through anything. They can go through the wall and come out. It's just like I went to Mountain View west of Carnegie, about 7-8 miles, and they had a young boy. That this lady came through the wall and was scaring him. So they had me to go there and pray and seated him off. And it was an old Caucasian lady that come in and scared him. And whenever I seated him off and prayed, and it never happened again. So, like I say, a prayer is powerful if you have faith.
Prayer is powerful,
you got to have
right.
faith to see God's power.
So that old way, when the people were following your tribe's traditions that you talk about before they knew Christianity, before they knew Jesus Christ, they still had the prayer, right?
Well, they would, they had prayer, and the spirit,